So, New Jersey's been in a pretty rough spot for water for the last 3-ish weeks or so. I want to say it's been about 3 weeks since we've gotten rain. And that's pretty rough on the garden. I know a lot of people were like, I'm talking to some of my neighbors because even with drought resistant perennials, we're still having to come out here like at least once a week and soak things. And you're trying to respect the drought and not be out here watering stuff all the time. And ideally, we shouldn't have to be doing that because it's the middle of October, more past the middle of October now. You'd think things would be slowing down, but it's 80 degrees. So up here in 7B in drought conditions, it's been a little tough keeping things going. The one nice thing is that the only really dead spot on my lawn is where I had buckets with tomatoes in them. And the rest of my lawn I replaced with clover. So you can kind of see the yard's doing pretty good, all things considered. The nice thing about not getting tons of direct sunlight, it does limit what I can grow, but it also means that I'm not constantly drying out everything that I have, as I'm just trying to hold my phone here in a way where I'm not going to be shaking it all over the place. But the end of season planning is going along, but it's tough to plan things right now. Normally, this is when I would start thinking about putting out late season seed, fall sown seeds. I would start thinking about what bulbs do I want to put in, if any, for next year, and I can't do it. We've been hitting 70, 60, 80 degrees during the day regularly, but dropping down to 40 at night. So we're in a very weird part of the year. Right now, I'm kind of expecting I'm probably going to be out here watering the garden in the winter because we are going into a La Nina winter. If you've heard of El Nino, which is when the Pacific Ocean patch warms up, the opposite of that is La Nina, which is when the Pacific Ocean patch cools down significantly. Usually, what that means for the Northeast is we tend to have much drier winters, much lower precipitation, I should say, and probably above average temperatures. So we're looking at probably a fairly warm, fairly dry, which isn't to say there won't be no rain. There will be rain at some point, I hope. I hope there will be snow because snow is great for saturating the ground and making sure that everything stays covered and insulated. It's a fantastic insulator for a lot of my bulbs. But it's looking like it's going to be an interesting year. I may actually be going on some of the local Buy Nothing groups looking for people who are going to be trying to rake their lawns and just going, hey, do you have bags of leaves you're going to put on the curb? I would love to take one or two just so I can dump them on my garden beds to try to provide that little extra bit of insulation and moisture retention. So obviously it's never 100% planning where gardens are concerned, but you do your best with the information you have. And right now, the information I have is with La Nina, we're going to have a warmer than average winter and a drier than average winter. So maybe I won't lose a few things. Maybe I'll have another winter where the snapdragons stay green the whole way through, which has happened twice the last 2 years, believe it or not. But it will mean that I will have to be out here periodically, probably in December, January, February, actually watering empty garden beds and looking like a complete ridiculous person because those bulbs, those perennials, that root structure still does need water in those months. I hope everyone else's gardens are closing up for the year and doing well. And, we'll be back at it sooner than later. I may have another gardening video in me for the end of the year. We're going to see what happens, but who knows? Who knows? Otherwise, I'm real excited for what's going to come next year. We've got some tremendous raspberries, which have done great. We've got some tremendous blueberries, which are twice the size they were at the beginning of the year. Since we started using that acid-based fertilizer for the blueberries, that really made a difference. The blackberry is easily 10 feet tall with tons of side structure, so I'm really excited for that. Overall, with all of the new perennials that are in, I'm very excited to see how many of those come back because it's always a bit of a gamble. You never know. Oh, hi, buddy. One of our local feral cats is over here. You can see he's got that tipped ear. That means this one has been spayed and neutered. That was from the last batch of kittens that happened in the spring. Obviously, all of the kittens that happened with Chili's litter are now adopted and taken care of, so that's pretty good. And Mama Cat's actually back here behind me eating right now. She was released, but was also spayed. Seeing what comes back next year will be interesting. I am going to be putting in at least one, maybe two more big construction projects for garden beds. Once this wood pile behind me goes into the big metal bin, that metal bed is going to become my mushroom garden, and the space adjacent to it where the wood pile is now, I want to put two more half barrels. And see if I can't put elderberries in that space, because it's got the right mix of dappled sunlight. Now that I've gotten rid of this really invasive wisteria, I think I finally kind of beat it down enough that it's not coming back. That this may be the year we get the elderberries in. We're going to see if I can't get two more beds put in the nice full sun space I have off to my right here, which is, it ought to give me like two, probably 8 to 10 foot long, maybe 2 foot wide long beds. And I would like to ideally use those for herbs, maybe some full sunflowers, but primarily herbs. And we'll just see what we get. We'll see what we get. Happy gardening, everybody, and I hope you are able to take care of your stuff, and that it all comes through alive. Talk to you soon.